Well, hello, everybody. Today I thought I'd do something kind of special, or what I think is kind of special, and dive into my net worth. Now, not going to be exactly my net worth, but it is projecting out what my net worth would have been or has been over the past 8 years. So I thought this would be an interesting process because I don't know if you're doing a net worth. And again, I'm going to do a video if it hasn't been already posted already on my net worth statement. So it's something that I am trying new. I've actually been kind of compiling my numbers over the past couple years. And I've been doing it more for my taxes, understanding, all my forms and bringing in my dollars that, where I am. So I've sort of been tracking these numbers myself and putting them in a spreadsheet. And now I've kind of evolved, and with my wife and I, trying to put down net worth statements every year to kind of see where we were last year to this year. Maybe we could compare year over year. And that's kind of what I pulled together here. Because I've had all these numbers, I've been able to pull it together and kind of show visually what time in the market and what the money we've added, what that's turned into. And I think that helps people inspire to save and invest and prepare for their future, whatever that is. So that's why I put this together. So hopefully you find this interesting. So what I did, again, I'm going to dive into it here a little bit, is I actually have my numbers all the way back at the end of 2017, what my net worth was. And so what I've done is I put those numbers in and compared year over year what percentage of net worth increase I have. So you can see up here at the top of the page here, I actually didn't, so I had what my total net worth was in 2017. I did not track it in 2018 for some reason. I think I probably was doing my spreadsheet and I overwrote the numbers when I did 2019. That's what I think I did, but to be honest, I'm not sure. So I have my net worth in 2019 all the way through today. And what I did was I took the difference between 2017 and 2019 to get that 35% increase. And then I went through year over year. So you can see between 2017 and 2019, my net worth jumped 35%. Then between 19 and 20, it went up 25%, 22%. 2022 was a not the best year from a financial standpoint. My net worth dropped about 15%. And then you can see here it went up 24, 17, and a little over 15% this past year. So I do want to highlight when we're looking at these percentages, this is my net worth, year over year increase. Now, what do I consider that, right? So I exclude my house, just so you're aware, because I don't do the appreciation on my house, and I do more of a liquid net worth statement. So during this time period, I did want to put down here some little notes. Up until 2023, I kind of had some of my kids' money potentially filtered into my net worth statement. I've since excluded that out because it's not really mine. So again, that might have had a small, minor little impact to it. But during this time, we've been adding in our 401k contributions. We've been buying cars. We've been selling cars, at different points. And, we did have a couple, I would say, larger purchases over this period as well, which could have impacted the total net worth. As in 2022, we had a child in college, and 2025. So all that money coming in and out could have impacted some things. So what I did was I assumed, right, if I had $100,000 in 2017 at the end of it, this is the dollars that it would have grown by. So in 2017, it would have been $100,000. I don't know what it was at the end of 2018. It would have went up to about 135. In 2019, it went up to 169, 207. So I doubled it in in 5 years. 4 years. 4 years. I take that back. I doubled it in 4 years, a little over doubled it, which was great. Again, then I had a setback because the market dropped. So we only had 176 in 2022. And you can see the growth since then, more than, well, not doubled, more than doubled from the beginning. But today, we would stand at close to $300,000. Again, it's been a couple great years. I did want to compare that to the S&P 500, which has been doing great. Not that all my money is in at the S&P 500. I have small cap, large cap, international, which has actually done very well this past year. But if you had had that same amount, $100,000 straight invested in the S&P, I did get these percentages off of ChatGPT. Just want to be transparent with that. And this was the growth of it. I grabbed the year-to-date time set right before the end of the year. It was probably around Christmas time. I was putting the spreadsheet together. I did update my financial number in here, but didn't update the end of the year S&P 500. Could be slightly above or below this. But you can see the growth here, $100,000. I see here the S&P actually went down a little over 6.5% in 2018, so it would have dropped down to 93,000. We had obviously a great year in 2019 of close to 30% in the S&P 500. Would have jumped back up to 121. And then, you can go through here again, 2022, it was down almost 20%. But $100,000 in 2017, at the end of 2017, would have turned into, and this is with no money being added into it, close to a little over $250,000. So 1.5 times that original amount. So again, I thought this would be an interesting thing. Number one, maybe you can track your own net worth over a period of time, see the progression, and hopefully inspire you to understand that, it's not all going to go straight up. You're going to have years where it drops back down. Again, during this eight-year time period, it dropped down twice along the S&P 500, and I'm sure that's probably what I would have seen as well in 2018 myself. But you can actually see the difference of time in the market using some of these comparisons. You can see it when it jumps $40,000, $20,000 in a year. Some of those years you're putting in money. Some of that is just the growth of the income. What a difference, especially if you're at $135,000 or $100,000 in 2 years, to almost be obviously have a little over $135,000 saved in your net worth. I mean, that's 35%. I mean, who wouldn't like that? And again, this is really to inspire you. I thought I'd bring up the Dinky Town calendar again, because I think that are most people that are saving and investing and using these metrics, they may get discouraged, right? Going from one year to the next. And it really does take a long period of time. This would have put me around 45. And again, I'm using a much lower starting salary and everything. But even in this calculator that you could use to map out and project what your income would be, in this example, it was 215. At the age of 52, which is where I'm at right about now, it's more than doubled. And you start to see that really compounding growth take off. I think around that 20-year time period, you really start to see this curve shoot up. Whereas, as you're closer to retirement, and here it's 1.145, and it jumps to 1.251. So you're jumping up $100,000 in 1 year, which most people couldn't contribute into their account at all over a whole year. So again, it's time in the market. And again, I thought this would be a great visualization for you to be able to see, in some ways, projecting out what my net worth has done over these past 8 years. And for you to maybe set up something similar, right? So you can see that growth. And again, if you haven't seen my net worth statement, I am trying out a new visualization of that. I think I have it right here. So this is a mock-up of my account. And so I'm going to do another video, or if I haven't already, of this. So I hope you like maybe the visualization of this. I'm going to get people's opinions on it. So hope you like this video. Like and subscribe it. And hope to see you in another video. Thank you.